Now that we found out which are the aspects to take into consideration when conceiving a video, it is time to get into the theory concerning the video production phase. And we will begin with the main frames used when filming a video. An extreme long shot, also known as an establishing shot, it is a shot that shows a wide view of a location or landscape, often used to establish the setting or the context of a scene. The camera is typically positioned far away from the subject, creating a sense of distance and scale. An extreme long shot can be used at the beginning of a film or scene to orient the viewer and provide context, or at the end of a scene to provide closure or a transition to the next scene. Examples of extreme long shots include aerial shots of a city or landscape, shots of a building or monument from a distance, or shots of a character walking alone in a large open space. A long shot is a shot that shows a person or an object from distance. The subject is typically shown in full and surrounded by their environment, which may be used to establish the location or the context of the scene. A long shot can be used to show the subject's body language or movements in relation to their environment or to create a sense of distance or isolation. A long shot can be used in various ways in video making, including to show a character's arrival or departure from a location, to show a group of people or objects in relation to their surroundings, or to create a sense of scale and perspective in a scene. For example, a long shot of a character walking alone down a deserted street can create a sense of loneliness or vulnerability, while a long shot of a group of people celebrating in a park can create a sense of community and joy. The main difference between an extreme long shot and a long shot is the distance between the camera and the subject, and the level of detail and emphasis placed on the subject versus the environment. An extreme long shot provides a broader view of the location or landscape, while a long shot focuses more on the subject and their relationship to the environment. A medium long shot is a shot that shows a person from head to toe, with some space above their head and below their feet. It is a framing that falls between a medium shot, which shows a person from the waist up, and a long shot, which shows a person from a distance. This type of shot can be used to show a character's posture and movements, as well as to provide context for the scene by showing the environment in which the character is situated. The medium-long shot can also be used to provide a sense of distance or isolation, as the character is not shown as closely as in a close-up shot. Overall, the medium-long shot is a versatile framing option that can be used in a variety of contexts, including dialogue scenes or action scenes. It can be used to show the relationship between a character and their environment, as well as to create a sense of distance or perspective within a scene. A medium shot shows a person or object from the waist up. This framing falls between a close-up shot, which shows a person's face in detail, and a long shot, which shows a person from a distance. The medium shot is a versatile framing option that is commonly used in order to show dialogue between two or more characters, as well as to provide a sense of their body language and movements. It can be used to show facial expressions and gestures, as well as to emphasize the emotional content of a scene, but also to provide context for the scene by showing the character's surroundings or other characters in the same space. This type of shot can be used to establish the location of the scene or to show the relationship between characters. A medium close-up shows a person's head and shoulders with some space above their head and below their shoulders. It is a framing that falls between a medium shot, which shows a person from the waist up, and a close-up shot, which shows a person's face in detail. The medium close-up is commonly used in order to show the subject's facial expressions and emotional responses in more detail than the medium shot, while still maintaining some context of the surroundings. This type of shot can be used to convey the subject's thoughts and feelings and to emphasize their reactions to what is happening in the scene. The medium close-up is often used in dialogue scenes to show the reactions of the person listening, as well as the speaker's facial expressions and gestures. It can also be used in action scenes to show the subject's reactions to the situation, or in character introductions to show their facial features and expressions. A close-up shows a person, object, or detail at a very close range. In a close-up shot, the subject typically fills the frame, and only a small portion of their surroundings is visible. Close-up shots are often used to convey motion and to highlight the importance of a specific object or detail. Close-ups can be used to show characters' facial expressions in detail and to emphasize their emotional state. Close-ups can also be used to focus the viewer's attention on an important detail or object, such as a key or a weapon. Close-ups are commonly used in dialogue scenes where they can be used to show the reactions of the person speaking or listening. Close-ups can also be used in action scenes to show the details of a particular movement or to emphasize the danger or intensity of a situation. Overall, the close-up is a useful framing option in filmmaking that can be used to convey emotion, highlight important details, and focus the viewer's attention on a specific object or action. An extreme close-up shows a small portion of a person, object, or detail at an extremely close range. In an extreme close-up shot, the subject typically fills the frame completely, and only a small portion of their surroundings, if any, is visible. Extreme close-up shots are used in order to draw attention to specific details or features of an object, such as a character's eyes, mouth, or hands. They can be used to convey emotion, emphasize the importance of a specific object or detail, or to create a sense of intimacy or tension. Extreme close-up shots are often used in dramatic or suspenseful scenes where they can be used to create a sense of intensity or to emphasize a character's emotions or reactions. They can also be used in documentaries or educational films to show close-up details of a particular object or process. Overall, the extreme close-up is a useful framing option in filmmaking that can be used to draw attention to specific details, create a sense of intimacy or tension, and emphasize the emotional content of a scene. These are just a few of the most common frames used in video production, and there are many other techniques and styles that can be used to tell a compelling visual story. These frames can be combined in various ways to create different types of shots and visual storytelling techniques.